What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video of Coding 101. Yeah, that's right. It's Goosinies. I mean Goosies. And also, I hate this voice so much. Let's switch over back to my normal voice, okay? So, now guys, we'll be actually learning code today. And no one probably cares, but we'll do where, well. And you know what? Yeah. So me is kind of dumb, boys. So me have to switch some stuff around. Oh snap! Oh wait, yeah. Uh, yeah, me kind of dumb. So me need to put this here. All right, now we can continue, boys. All right. Uh, yeah, me dumb, guys. Me forgot some stuff. I am so sorry, but me dumb. Me dumb. Okay, so now we shall start, boys. Okay, so the first step in coding, to get started on coding, we should start with something called print. Okay? Print is a... Print basically prints something to the output here, okay? So if we were to put... If we were to put hello world, it would put hello world. And now... And now... we can get started on some math already. And the reason why you might want to use printing for printing to output, yeah, this is what print does, but the reason why is because it's useful for just testing your code, basically. It's useful to test your code out to make sure it's working. So, like, say if you don't know if your code's running, like, you might have done something wrong, you can always use a print in that section of the code to see if that section is actually running, or if you just put your code wrong and it's doing something else that you don't know of. But yeah, so you want to put print, and you're trying to call a function, so you put two colons, not two colons, I forgot what these are called, but, and then you can do quotes, and then you type in what words you want to put, because quotes, well, you know how quotes work, and and then we can also do math in print. But math can be basically used in anywhere else, but this is just how math looks in coding. Okay, so if we do print 5 plus 5, that will equal 10. And if we were to put quotation marks, well, obviously, it will not print 10 because we use quotation marks. So 10 times 10. Shit, I don't think that's right. I don't really know how to multiply in Lua. Yeah. Oh wait. No, that's not right. But yeah, I don't really know how to multiply in Lua, but you can do 10 divided by 10. It will say 1, etc., etc. So that's math for you, and that's basically printing. All right, we are done with printing. Well, we're not done with printing. Now we're gonna learn variables. Okay. Say that we wanted to name X a goose. Okay. Let's say we wanted to name goose. Let's say we have one goose. We have one goose. And let's say we want to tell this output that we have one goose. We would do print goose. Because we have a variable here that's stating what goose is. Goose equals 1. So if we print goose, it'll print out 1. Very cool step. Very cool thing. And also, if you're confused, completely ignore the script. Any script that just says script and not core game script is not part of the script, okay? That is just part of the game and something else. Okay, so only focus on this. Whenever it says core game script, focus on that only. So, yeah, goose equals 1, and that's variables in a nutshell. Let's say we want to do goose plus goose. That's just the same thing as 1 plus 1. See? 2. let's say we had goose. Uh, let's say we had dog equals 2 because we have 2 dogs. Let's say we want to find the total amount of dogs and goose together. We would do dogs plus goose in print, okay? And it'll print out to the output how many dogs and geese we have together. 3. See? Very cool thing. Very cool thing. Just like math, variables are something. Because variables are always something if they're not defined anything. So yeah, geese, where goose is defined as 1, dogs is defined as 2. And we can also do, let's say we want to name our goose a description. Or not a description. Let's say we want to name our one and single goose. Let's name him Daisy, for example. And let's name our two dogs Layla, Layla, and Geese. Okay. I don't think this will actually. I don't think this is gonna work because it's not math. But what we will do is Goose, and then nope, that's not gonna work. Uh, I think you would do. We would okay. We would do if we wanted to print these out together. We would do 2 dots and then dogs, because 2 dogs mean that you wanna do these together. Because if you just put 1 dot, that won't work. It thinks you're trying to find something inside of goose with a variable goose. So let's put a space. Daisy, Layla. Let's put a comma here. And what this should do is, yep, Daisy, Layla, and geese. Because it prints out goose, but we have a space and a comma here because when we put the 2 dogs, we also want to connect it to dogs. Layla and geese. 2 dots means that you are connecting something to something. We're like putting something else into that something. Alright? So that is that. And now we shall focus on function. Okay? So function is basically a block of code that can be used to run multiple times. So say we want to print multiple geese and dogs. We would spam this, right? Say we want to print that many whatever. This is inefficient. That is inefficient, and it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look clean. So what we would do is you type out function with two things here, two brackets, I think, and then we put we do. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah. This won't work. We need to, if you want to, let's say we wanted to print geese and dog multiple times. Like I said, we would use a function, because what a function does is it basically runs runs the code that it's designed to run multiple amounts of time when you call it. So let's call our function. Oh wait, I messed it up. Let's say we want to call our function goose and dogs. We would do that. So now goose and dogs. We would do print goose dot dot dogs. Okay. And then let's say we want, and then now what we can do is we can print goose and dogs. We can put that in, and it'll print out, and it'll run the code. And if we wanted to, we could just do we spam in here, and then now we can get the double of this amount with just 2. Although I don't want too many, let's put 3. So it'll print out 6 times. Yep, 6 times. This is just more efficient. So Functions are basically codes of blocks, okay? They're just blocks of code that you can use to run multiple times. Better than just putting out 6 of these. And now we'll move on to actual coding with blocks, okay? So, uh, let's say we wanted to, let's get a part. Let's get this part, okay? Let's name this our core game. Well, let's say we wanted to make it so this part was non-collidable. What we'd do is we would use this script. We would get a variable to make things easier for us. So let's say that core game. Let's name our variable core game equals game. Game is basically the explorer dot workspace, because workspace is a child of explorer. So one dot will lead us to workspace, and then we put another dot to find core game, and core game is a child of workspace. So we put core game, and now the game is selected at core game. So we can just do core game dot can collide, because we want to go into its properties. So we put one dot to indicate that we want to mess around with core game, and then we want to put oh wait, no, I actually, you know what? I actually forgot how. I think it goes like this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We would, if we want to make this non-collidable, we would do core game dot can collide, because we're selecting can collide through properties. Core game dot, which means we're selecting can collide, equals false. So now we should be able to walk through this. Yep, we can walk through this now. And say we wanted to wait an amount of time before it becomes non-collidable. We put wait, and then we put 5 seconds, so that we can load in. Because as soon as the server starts, it doesn't care for the players. It won't wait for players. It's gonna run scripts as soon as we join, or as soon as we're still loading. So, wait only waits in seconds. So we would put wait brackets and then the amount of time we want for the script to wait, because then the script will pause for that amount of time before doing the next thing. So in 5 seconds, this part will become non-collidable. See? In 5 seconds, it became non-collidable, as you saw. We can do the same for transparency. We want to make this part transparent. We would name a value, and since 1 makes a part completely invincible and 0 makes it non-visible, we want to make... Wait, no. 0 makes it visible, and 1 makes it completely non-visible. So, we want to make it completely invisible. Put a 1 in 5 seconds. Okay, it probably already became transparent by now, because that was like more than 5 seconds while I was loading. See, it's can collidable, because nothing's telling me to make it, nothing's telling the script to make it non-collidable, but it is transparent, as you can see. And there is one thing y'all need to know. Everything in Lua is cap sensitive. Okay, so just know that everything's cap sensitive. Like if you want to use transparency to make something transparent, you will need to cap transparency. This will not work. Well, it shouldn't work. Actually, it might work, but I'm pretty sure it shouldn't. Or maybe just maybe parts can just not be are only cap sensitive. But I don't know. But I just know that there are some things that are cap sensitive. So know that. Um now now let's say that we wanted to get the parent of our script. Well, there is one thing in there's one thing in Lua we're Roblox Lua that allows you to get the script from Explorer. You would type in script. Easy. Now you're on script. Because the script already knows that you're talking about itself. Say you want to get the parent of script, you would do dot parent, not selected server script service. Then let's say we want to go to work, we want to go to Explorer, dot parent again, and say we want to go to workspace, dot workspace. And that's basically it. I was just telling you how to. This was just the purpose of telling you how to use parents in Lua and script. Because script means that you're starting from script, and you can get the parent. You can even change. You can change the name of script by doing script.name equals something like that. Yeah, something like that, or something like that will work. And now that you know how scripts and parents work, and to access properties, well, you just do the same thing with can, collide, and transparent. You just do dot, and then you just type in the property name, and then, yeah. Say you wanted to change core game's color, you do dot brick color, because brick color is right here in properties, and then you do, since we're gonna use Roblox's Roblox's default pattern of brick color, we need to put brick color again, because we're using Roblox's whatever palette. Then dot new, because we want to get a new color, and then we put in any color we want, like this, and it'll change the color to that, to the parts color to that, whatever it is. Okay, if you wanted to not use Roblox's palette, you can use this, and the way you would change this in script is do color 3 dot new, and then you put in the number color that you want. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't know Roblox showed that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, that's how you change the brick color. Basically, same thing goes for changing material. You do material equals. Actually, no. You do enum new dot material dot plastic. Wait, I believe I messed it up. I think it goes like material. Nope. Enum dot material dot plastic. There we go. So that's just how you change the material. You're using enum. Because you're getting enum is basically where Roblox locates their I don't know. I don't really know what these are called, but it's what Roblox uses for. Oh yeah, for things that use for things that have sliders. I'm pretty sure that's what Roblox uses. So if anything has a slider, it probably uses enum. Where if anything that has a multiple amount of options to choose from is probably enum. So that's basically about it. Let's see. Let me think. So now we're moving on to click detector. So now we're going to combine everything we used and use that to make this part invisible with a click of our mouse. So if we click this button, it'll make the part invisible and also make it so we can't stand on top of it. And if we click it again, well, it will, yeah, if we click it again, it will turn back visible and it'll be collidable again. So what we'll do is we need to add in insert object. We need to click insert object. Oops. Insert object. We search up click detector. So now the part has a click detector, but we need to actually make that click detector detectable by the script. So we do core game, because we're using the variable. We're using the variable defined. We're just going to use the variable, you know. and then we do click detector. So now we select the click detector, and now we need to select one of its events. The one of its events is mouse click. There's also right mouse click for if you were to click it with your right mouse. And there's also mouse hover, which basically means if you hover your mouse over it, something happens, blah, blah, blah. That's an event. But we just want to click. So, mouse click event, connect. We want to connect the event to a function. Now, everything inside of these brackets is something you just want to... It's what you're going to connect the event to. It's what it will do stuff in this when you connect. And we're going to make a function. And you know what? We can just make a function here, okay? Function, function core game, core, oh, wait, no, oops. We need to put, because it's going to redefine this. If this won't make sense since it's redefining the core game, so we need to put F, that way it doesn't redefine the core game before it. So, core game, which is the part, dot, we're gonna use ifs, okay? So, if you aren't familiar with ifs, they are basically, if a condition, if a certain condition is, if a condition is a condition, like if it passes, like, say a part was invisible, let's say, if core game dot transparency equals 0. You put 2 equals because you don't want to change it. You want to... 2 equals won't means it won't change, and it's just like... You just use this to detect if something is something. So, like, you just use these for conditions usually or something. So this is a condition, and if this condition is true, which it is because core game is transparent is 0, then core game dot transparency. Let's see. Yeah, core game dot transparency equals 1. Core game dot can collide. Can collide equals false. And then we use an else statement, which means if this is not invisible, then core game. Wait, no. It means if this is invisible, if this is 1, then core game dot transparency equals 0. Core game dot can collide equals true. We go back to our mouse click event over here, and then we use the function core game f. We'll connect it to this function, and then it'll run everything inside of this code. Let's see if it works. Boom. And now you have made your very first invisible part that disappears and reappears. Oops. Yeah. So that is about it for today. Next part, we'll learn more about variables, because there is something that y'all still need to know about them. And we'll learn about a while true do, and then we'll learn about we'll just learn more about code. I'll need to think about this one, but right now, this is about it. So, thank you all for watching. Have a nice day, and this is a Goosey signing out.